What is up, everybody? VanzAir of VanzAir, hailing to you out of Boat Field, the hangar of VanzAir. I apologize, number one. I was doing a time lapse with my kit and doing some unboxing and sorting and inventory, but the footage is lost. I recorded on a GoPro to do a time lapse, and I'm not sure what I did wrong because it's never technology's fault. It's always the technology, instructor or operator. There we go. But I wanted to do a video right now about how to do inventory, or my process that I'm doing to get through my inventory for the first pieces of the RV-8 build that I have. For those of you that's not familiar, I am building a RV-8 from VanzAir. So VanzAir is building an RV-8 from VanzAir. And I posted a video a little while ago that I got my first airplane pieces. And it was a little unexpected. As I said in the other video, I was looking at VanzAir kit, the kit status. So right now they have a website I can log into to see what's the status of what I ordered. Put in my email address and my customer number, and then it'll pop up all the orders I've done and what's the status of it. So I had a status for the first empennage kit, which is normally the first kit that people order when they're building the aircraft, and it said shipped but items on back order. I'm like, okay, it's shipped. From my understanding, what the normal process is, after you've paid for your kit, it goes to crating, and then you're, depending on what you have in the time frame, after it gets done with crating, then it's actually shipped. So when you order a kit, at least from VanzAir, to my knowledge, to my understanding, and this is what I experienced as well, you're paying for the kit, and then you also have a crating cost. Crating is not shipping. You have to pay a separate shipping cost. Crating is for when they are putting all the stuff into the box for shipping. A lot of the pieces between on whatever model you're ordering, when they get an order, they have a list here, and I have kind of a list here. I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit. They have a list, and they go down a list, and they take it off their shelves, or however they're storing it. They're saying, hey, this listing of this part number is over here, so put this into the box, check it off. Put this in the box, check it off. That process is called crating. Once it's crated, then it's shipped out, and through a number of different shipping companies, whatever is the best option at the time. I won't go into listing the names of them, but a lot of other YouTubers has their shipped package. One thing I did watch was Airplane Ladies, her shipping for one of her kits. I think it was the empennage kit, but I'm not sure. And she had a big story issue, so definitely go follow her, go watch some of her videos. In my preparation for this, that's one of the videos I watched as well. But back to this. So the crate, when they put it in the shipping box, typically in this big wooden crate, similar to, can you see it in here? No, it's not in the frame. But it's normally shipped in, kind of a wooden crate, a wooden container. Similar to, I have some, let's see, yeah, like these panels. Think like a box made out of these panels, like kind of a wood crate there. And they put it in the shipping company. The shipping company that they're using, they'll contact you, and you pay for your shipping, depending on where it's getting from Oregon, from the West Coast, out to wherever you are. So when I order my kit, pay for the kit, in there it says shipped, some items on back order. And to give you a time frame, this is 2022. I ordered the kit last September, and I got it in June. It was be able to get May, June, like early May. So with a lot of the shipping issues that's going on right now, definitely after COVID has had a delay. But Van's aircraft has, I've been impressed with them, and I appreciate their transparency over the process. They're telling you what's going on with either quick build kits and what's going on with the things they're doing to ease this and make it better. Currently, they went to a I don't want to misquote how they said it, but they're doing it more like in batches. So they might have the list of RV-14s and RV-8s and RV-10s. They kind of get them done in batches between the people that order in queue and order, and they have some other things that they set up, other locations that can produce some of these parts to help uh, keep up with their demand, which I appreciate a lot. And I appreciate even the YouTube videos they put out, kind of giving us an update of what's going on. So back to this part. So they typically have a crate. The shipping company contacts you, and then you may have a crate. You'll set up with a shipping company when it delivered to either your house or, in my case, hangar or wherever you're doing your build at. So I'm kind of emailing looking for that information. It said shipped. What company is it? How much is it going to cost? The crates. On their website they have a listing of the crates, their size, dimensions, and how much they weigh. You want to have either another person or a couple people to be able to take it off the truck with you. Something costs like $500. Sorry, 500 pounds. It might weigh 500 pounds or so when you're taking it off. So you want to have some other people with you, and I kind of wanted to have kind of a get together ish arrival kind of thing for some of my friends and family. I got an email, so after I looked at this, I'm emailing back and forth. I'm asking, what's the information for that one, but what I am finding out that I got an email from the airport that I'm at saying, "Hey, I have 2 packages up front from Van's Aircraft." I'm like, okay, cool. I'll come out there. So came out here, got the 2 packages. It was 2 FedEx packages, and I'm like, hey, I want to vlog this. I want to have kind of share people the experience. Anybody that's going in the building, kind of seeing what I've done and the process I'm going through to help other people, just as some other YouTubers have posted their process of building that I've watched to help me understand what I understand now. So I was like, first kit, I'm gonna open it up and let me do this on video. Just it might be the plans or something like that. Open up, I'm like, oh, these are airplane pieces. Interesting. That's why I had no information on that because, well, there's so much on back order. The thing they sent me to be able to get started was enough to fit in 2 FedEx boxes. And I'm excited about it. So I'm glad I filmed that and I posted that on my channel. So what's the first step? After you get your stuff, the next step is going through inventory. So that's my process, what I'm going through now. And just to kind of give you a sense now, let's flip this around. Now I have kind of clean stuff on the paper because, I'm in a hangar and I like having the door open. It's summer here in Chicago, so we can get warm. Let's see how I'm going to do this. So we'll get is a kind of a parts list, right? So you get a parts list with all the different, pieces and numbers and the quantities, and you get the check marks, and you're checking off what you have gotten. You can see I have 4 or 5. So I have to go through here and match up everything that I actually got. Now this is a little slim, but they're able to send me something to get some stuff to get kind of started, and I appreciate that. I'm not mad about it. It's just a process. So as you look, the way they've said it, their part number, as you're looking through here, right? Each one of these letters means something. Like you have VS in the part, so you have VS as vertical stabilizer, or you got R for rudder, horizontal stabilizer, and then whatever part and piece number that they have associated with it. Sometimes you'll have sub kits as well. So you might have a kit that's together. Is it page 2? Working on that. Where's my sub kit? Oh, well. Here we go. So you'll have kind of a bundle like this one. We have our, sub kit 6, and you have like the sub kit 7 here, or sub kit 4 up here, right? So it'll be kind of bundled together, and then you just open up the bundle and then say, okay, boom, I got this piece, that piece, that piece. I have started out how I'm doing it. I was gonna go through, if it's 2 pieces, 2 check marks, but I won't. I'll just leave it. I won't check it off until I see both pieces. So my process that I'm doing, and I set up, I have that's one kit over there. So I had to have some skins. They were kind of duct taped together. I'll talk about that in a second. But I did the inventory of that one, and now I'm going to this box. So the box is over here. I open it up. I have stuff on. I have the papers kind of laid out in kind of like 3 different stacks, depending on what sheet I'm looking at. So I'll take the stuff out. I'll bring it over here, right? Now, one of the videos I saw, I'll take it out. It's wrapped in paper. So a lot of wrapped in paper to kind of protect it, right? So I haven't done this yet, so I don't know what this is. So I'm just opening it here on camera with the one hand. My GoPro's well, my GoPro tripod I don't have with me, so I'm using my phone tripod setup. And here are the plans, actually. So if you see here, so all these are labeled as well. So you have 8A and 8 plans empennage set. So these are the full-size plans. And if I remember correctly, okay, no, for the 8, obviously I'm having different plans. I believe it was from the 10 forward. I know for the 14, when it comes to the plans, so the RV3 through the 10, well, 3 through 9, you have kind of 2 sets of plans, right? You'll have the blown up portion where you might have a sheet of directions, and then you'll have the sheet of, the diagrams on a different sheet. So you have the 2 sheets next to each other. Another reason why I have that board to kind of help out with that. So you'll read the instructions over here. They'll say, find this, attach this piece to this piece. And then you go on the plans, and then you look at the picture to, see what it is they're talking about. On the 10 and up, I know especially the 14, I believe it's the 10 and up, the plans, their instructions actually has the diagram on the same sheet. Definitely helpful. I wish I kind of had that, but they made that change kind of later on after the 8. So the plans will literally have, so you might say, attach HS801PP to HS802PA, whatever. I just saw one of the, I don't even know what those pieces are off my head, so if I just said something weird between these pieces, just act like we didn't hear that. So that's kind of an example for that. Those have been the plans. So let me put the plans over here on the side. Here, it's kind of, hopefully these are parts. Am I zoomed out enough? Let's see. Get you zoomed out. All right, so as you see here, so this one is the sub kit 1. You have 7, 8 empennage 1, sub kit 1. So all of these are pieces together. Now, as far as the paper, I plan to reuse the paper. Somebody said something very important. When you're going through this process, do not throw away your paper. Sometimes there might be something wrapped up in the side a little bit. I'm going to show you something else. So I plan to reuse the paper. I'm gonna kind of give you my setup. I'm gonna tell you in a second. Let me put this paper over here. Now, just in case you've seen the video, this piece, this right here, this is not to the RV-8. This is pieces from another aircraft. So don't worry about that part. So what I would do, right? I have sub kit 1, right? So I go over to my sheet and do this over here. Make sure I do not. Make sure. Okay. So as I'm looking now, I have different sheets. The one is calmer. Let's see. My set. Servo. There we go. So, empennage set 1. So, okay, let's see. Focus on that. Focus. You need to focus. Okay. So, I have my empennage set 1. So, in this bundle that's right here, I should have labeled all these different pieces labeled. Okay. So, if you see over here, where they did a check mark, arrow saying including everything in this sub kit is here in the sub kit 1. Now, if I look as I open this up carefully, right? Let's see. Do I have any open labels? Okay, perfect. So right here, as I take it off, there is a label on this particular piece, right? So it's the R713, right? And I believe this is the date it was made. So R713. That's actually, if you let me make sure I can see it on this one. So it's not this piece. As I'm gonna open this up. I kind of need 2 hands to open it up, so I'll put the tripod up. But you see this piece that's actually on within here is this label, right? See, it's a different piece in here. Well, let me go back to this part. So R713 in our sub kit, right? We have the R713 right here. So then I'll go over and see there's only a quantity of 1 and then mark it. So, hey, I got it. Now, after I open this up, you know, very carefully, and I think this is a good time to say this for those that didn't know, right? I'm using the pencil on here, right? I'm being very conscious about this pencil because the pencil has lead. This lead, never use a pencil on the aluminum parts. No. Because the lead in here, it's a different kind of metal. Long story short, you can kind of etch out and have corrosion and damage your piece. So, this pencil stays over here with this. I'm doing that only because pencil I can erase if needed. Depending on if I did, so I don't have to have a bunch of pen scratch out marks. Okay, back to this part. So, after I get through the whole bundle, do all of that, I go from there, and I kind of have my setup over here, where I have my workbenches, kind of have a tablecloth on it, and with my pieces, I'll start laying them out, right? So this is inventory I've already gone through. This inventory I've already gone through with the pieces. I already checked it off, and what I'm gonna do from here, after I kind of get through my inventory, or I might fill up the table, I will transfer these pieces onto my shelves. And like I said, I have the paper. I'm going to put the paper on here just to kind of have another layer as I'm putting it down. Now, being specific is key. I know I have this shelving, but I know for here, I can go through for these longer pieces. But I know on this shelf, I have some little railings here. Now, on these shelves, I can like control the height, but kind of like it here. I'm gonna put those different individual pieces here. My longer pieces, I'm gonna have run through there. Now, I plan to reuse the paper to kind of have this layer there. As I do that, what I'm gonna do is I have some tape. I'm actually going to put the tape here and write, you know, whatever the piece is. So if I'm looking for, you know, let me flip this over. Very carefully. Carefully. So I have HS, you know, 609 pp. So I'm going to have it, I think I'm going to put the longer ones on the lower shelf, but I'll have it here, piece of tape here, and write HS, the part number. So as I'm working and I need to grab a part number, I can look and see where I'm labeling it. That's how I'm organizing it. A lot of shelves are like this. I have some cabinets over there for tools and other shelvings. Now, let me put this in this video. These pieces right here, these two, they packed that very particularly back over here. Okay. Now, how they shipped it for me, and this is just my experience, and I appreciate they did it, right? So if you see duct tape in here, what they did, slide this a little bit up. Okay, I'm about to hold this up. What they did is they kind of duct taped the pieces together. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Zoomed out. I'll show you guys this one a little bit. Okay, there we go. So you kind of see them back here. They duct taped kind of the pieces together, kind of on the inside here. They kind of taped it together. So what I had to do is I had to kind of peel the duct tape from here. Now, the duct tape grabbed on to the, you know, the protective here. So as I pulled the duct tape away from it, I would cut away from the aluminum itself. Because as I'm using scissors, I do not want to scratch or scar this. I don't want to damage the piece, right? It's aluminum. And because I plan to actually I plan to have some painted parts, but I do want to have my bare aluminum while it's a new plane. Buff it and well, going through that process. So I do want to do the work with the blue plastic on there, or as much as I can, right? That's what I plan to do, just to kind of help another layer of protection. So I had to peel these off, kind of go individually, and make sure that the labels on each piece has a label with it, right? Like this one. I saw how this piece was kind of connected to the blue, was pulling it apart. So I made sure the label stayed with it. The other thing that people do with a Sharpie, not a pencil, a Sharpie marker, they'll actually write the part number onto the piece so they can keep track of the part numbers and they don't have to grab anything and say, what is this? Now, the way this was packaged, okay, I had all of these out. I hope I can lift like this. Never throw out the boxes first. Make sure you get through the inventory before you throw anything away, because you can be missing something. You don't want to throw away any of the pieces. In this box was actually another like under layer, and I had 2 pieces under here. If I would have thrown out the box, I would have thrown out 2 pieces I had to buy later. So check everything. Check every nook and cranny. Do not throw the boxes, do not throw any of the paper away until you're done with your inventory and everything you have everything that you're supposed to have. Okay? Now, let's go back on to this. Ooh, I have a bendable tripod. There we go. Okay. Alright, I hit the 20-minute mark. I don't want to have this too long on that one, but yeah, so that's kind of my process. That's what I'm getting through. If you have any suggestions, ideas, anything you want to, you know, either see some way I can be more efficient with this process, what I kind of came up with, and how to keep myself organized. It might be a little bit more time consuming, but I'll make sure I take my time going through every little thing, because I want to make sure I take my time and make sure it's done right the first time, so I don't have any extra missing and messed up pieces. I'm fine with that. I'd rather take time and do it right than, you know, rush through it and mess something up. Yeah, so any suggestions, any additional, put it down in the comments. I thank you for taking the time to watch this video. On this amazing day, this is June 2020. Hey guys, remember, evolve the life you're in. You can be happy where you are and evolve it into something better. Thanks, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anybody that is definitely either thinking about building a plane, somebody's good with their hands. As I go through this plane build process, definitely share out with people that you want to make an impact on your friends, family, or community. And I will see you guys next time. Appreciate it.